Hey, what's up? Nathan here from PH Studios, the website that brings you XNA, Photoshop, After Effects, and GarageBand tutorials. And I wanted to do something different for you guys, so I decided to talk about Minecraft. I don't know what my idea is on this. Maybe I'll do a how-to guides here and there. But this video, I'd like to just talk about my world and just show you around what I've been working with. So this is currently my own server. I have it open to just a friend of mine that we play on 2 computers at my house. But anybody can join it if you know my IP address, but I don't give it out. But if you wanted to play with this level, I can probably give you the IP address. I don't want to give it out to that many people since it's running on a home computer. So I probably can't support like 20 people playing at once. But at any rate, this is what I've been working on. This is one of my outposts, and this is part of the mining. And these are all my chests, and I like to keep them all organized so they're labeled. I already took most of these with me to my other places. But you'll find most of my stuff in the quarry. And if I exit the house, the quarry is right here. It's about 20 by 20 and it's straight down. And we kind of stopped working on that. My friend and myself stopped working on this to go to another place. What we did is we did 20 by 20 straight down. That took about 3 days or so. And then we started strip mining. And we put doors in here because we kept getting creepers and monsters and all that stuff. But we did strip mining. And we gathered a whole bunch of resources. Monsters are off right now, by the way, since I was going to the Nether and working on a transportation system. I did not want to have monsters kill me non-stop. So most of the stuff will be down here. I took most of the stone. We built a whole bunch of stone structures just recently. So most of the stuff is not available anymore. And if we go into the storage area, I did leave a whole bunch of ores, diamond, and iron, and all that stuff. A whole bunch of cobblestone. Lava buckets, lots of lava buckets. So this is my quarry. And again, this took about 3 days straight, and that was with 2 people. Of course, we stopped when you see all this cobblestone area here. We would mine down, we would find a cave, and then we would explore that, so that's what took most of the time. There's quite a bit of caves here. All this cobblestone was caves, or just a little itty-bitty holes in the wall. So this is my quarry outpost. And then we have a road system going up. And then over here, you can see that we have a minecart system. And we have a whole bunch of mines. Let me just show you the road really quick. And then we have beds up here. When we were working on the quarry, when we were below 20 levels, monsters would still be able to spawn up top and then fall down, and they would still hurt us. So this is the road system, and it goes from, just one second, I don't want it to get dark, that way you won't see it. So it goes from the outpost, the quarry outpost, and this took about 30 hours to do. It goes from the quarry outpost to a castle type thing right there that my friend built. In the same amount of time I was building the road system, he was building that. And then it also goes to our first house. So I'll just show you the first house. Actually, I'll just show you the castle before the first house, because that will lead into the other areas. We spent quite a bit of time on this house. I built a water elevator that I only used twice, but it was nice to create it. And he already has a built-in entrance at the very bottom here, where my cursor is. So I did not want to create another entrance, so what I did is I put stairs here, and then they exit right to his entrance. And he has a whole bunch of stuff here. So it's a pretty nice castle. A small castle, castle tower type thing. But it's pretty nice. By the way, I have monsters off, so I do take damage, but I heal. So in case you see my health increasing, it's not a mod or anything. With monsters disabled, you can heal. Even if you jump into lava, you'll still be under fire, but you will heal. And depending on how much damage you took during the fall, or things like that, you should never die from lava. You will have to jump into the water to stop taking damage. But you take damage, you heal that damage, you take damage, you heal that damage, so... I don't know if you can die from drowning. I haven't tried. I really didn't want to try, so if anybody out there knows, if you turn monsters off and you have the healing enabled, can you still drown? Because I know you can't die from lava unless you fall from a very large distance and you only have half a heart left. So lava takes half a heart, then you heal that half a heart, then it takes a half a heart again, and it's just an infinite cycle. Okay, so there's our water elevator. It's kind of broken at the moment. And I was in the process of building a railroad system to my first house. But we kind of stopped doing that because we were busy doing the quarry at that time. This is the infinite water supply. Then we have our beds. And again, me being organized, we have all of our stuff here. But sometimes I just deposit random things if I'm in a hurry. See, there's the railroad system I haven't finished. It stopped right there. And I kind of ran out of gold, so that's another reason why it stopped. This is the water elevator. It's not working anymore. I took away the boat. It goes all the way down. I don't even know if it still works from the latest update. I know a few things break, a few of the features break during updates, but I don't know if it's a water elevator that broke. I know people built these stairs with no stair, no stair, and that broke in one of the updates. And this was just for fun, just a glass kind of tower looking thing. You can see all around you. Alright, so now for my latest projects. This is one of our first things we did, and this will lead into the latest project, is we created this house, and then we mined. We mined a certain distance in front, then we mined down. Then we just did a giant loop, and we created a few different exits. This one says outside right near our house, because it's very close. And this will lead right into the water elevator. And a creeper blew all this stuff up. It was nice and level, and a creeper just dropped down here and blew this up and blew one of the glass blocks up as well. So that's not very fun. All of your hard work is eliminated in 5 seconds by a creeper. And then to a forest that we haven't done anything with, but it's a nice exit to a whole bunch of trees. And it exits to the railroad system as well. And when we go further down, the exits take longer to completely exit from the mining system. As you see, this takes forever to walk. I'm not going to finish that. But we go down even further, and there's one giant tunnel that I had to create a minecart system to work with. Okay, so this is to a sand island. And I left that sign there for my friend because I didn't know if he would just not want to walk over there and think he would die. So I just said, just follow, you will be fine. And so this is the sand island. It goes underwater and then back up. And then again, a creeper blew all this stuff up. And there's the road system. And back to the base. So there's already a lot of how-to videos out there. I don't really know what to do about Minecraft. I want to do something a little bit different than tutorials. Kind of keeps it interesting. That's the longest tunnel we had. And we have a farm to the right, the first right, and then mines is straight. And it takes about 1 minute, 2 minutes maybe to walk from one end to the other. So I'm not going to bother doing that. It just exits to that. You remember in the quarry outpost where I showed you the one cobblestone block area that I said was a minecart? This is where that leads. And then we stopped doing that. We stopped building tunnels. And we just went straight down. And then we decided to stop and just build very straight down. Instead of creating the looping around. And we have several levels here. But the very bottom is where our latest project begins. We have a portal to the Nether. And this is when I turn the monsters off so I can build this enclosure. And we use this as a transportation system. We have 3 different outposts. I'm currently working on one of them. The one that seems to be the farthest away. This is the first outpost. It just goes straight up here, and then there's a portal right there. It's not very far away. If you did not know, if you travel 1 block in the Nether, you travel 6 times that outside. I believe it's 6 times. It may be 8, but I think it's 6. So we use that as a transportation system instead of going out and spending 2 hours walking in the real world. We can spend 20 minutes walking in the Nether and build a portal and exit and be very far away. So this is the outpost I'm currently working on. There's another one over here. Over there. So this one is what I'm currently working on. It's the farthest one away. And we enter the portal. And I always exit sideways. So it's almost getting dark again. I always press escape after I do that. So this is our main outpost. This is what we've been working on for the last couple days. It's a pretty nice base. There's no beds yet or anything like that. Whole bunch of storage though. Whole bunch of stoves and furnaces. We only found 1 diamond here so far. And then I've been working on expanding that, and I built an upper floor just recently. Just up here. So there's nothing up here yet. I just finished this a couple days ago. And what we've been working on in the past was go in here, and I built outside to a cobblestone tunnel system. This was naturally generated. I smoothed it out. There was some dirt like covering this part, and it was kind of messy, but I smoothed a bit of it out. And I think this gives out more light than the torches. I may be wrong in that, but it looks kind of cool than torches. So I used that as some of the light sources. Mostly because I have like 600 nether rock. So I decided to use some of it. Got turned around in my own system here. But we do the same thing here and go straight down. And this is where we have a giant mining system. Just like we have the quarry, but it's not really a quarry. We made it a giant mine though. And I had to smooth all this out and clean it all up. Yeah, I know there's some iron up here. I'll get to that and then I'll fill it in later. But right now we just wanted a giant area. 'Cause sometimes we get lost and we haven't found a really good way to get back. I do put signs up, but when there's like 6 different intersections and I have a sign, I'm going to have like 500 signs just to get back to the main base. Now let me just show you. See, I take 1 damage, take a half a heart, heals back, take half a heart, heals back. So I need to find some water. Good news is I'll never die from this unless I fall. I wish I brought a water bucket with me, that way you don't have to hear me take damage for a couple minutes. Oh, there we go. I guess if you're on fire for a certain amount of time, it'll go away. But anyway, this is our latest project. We have a mining system. And I built stairs here. Most of these, the smooth stone is what was already there, and the cobblestone is what I filled in. And I wanted to build a giant area to where if we're over here and we get stuck, we can see, oh, this, we can tell that this is our base. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the walkthrough. Took quite a bit of time to do all this stuff. But it's pretty fun. If you like to see additional videos, some how-tos or whatever, just let me know. It gets kind of boring just doing tutorials non-stop, so I wanted to do something different. Wanted to play something while I talk to you guys. And so it seemed kind of fun. We're currently going to fill in the upstairs, maybe have additional storage, maybe a bookshelf for decoration. And then we're going to build a stairs down to this level. And I needed a whole bunch of sand, so I just started digging like this. And brings the water level closer. I don't have any shovels, do I? Oh, I do. Now, I have not been able to find any clay. I spent 3 full days looking for clay, and sometimes Java doesn't like to load for me. Like, I can see every single cave here. There we go. But I have not been able to find clay yet. If anybody has any tips, I've spent a whole lot of time in sand, but I still have not been able to find any clay at all. In 2 days straight of looking. If anybody has any ideas on where to look and what the best way to find it is, just let me know. I'm an OP, so I can give myself some clay, but I really don't want to do that. I like to find it on my own. So yeah, this is my world. It's pretty boring. The outpost, at least, because it's currently in development. I'm also going to build a underwater entrance to the outpost, so I'm going to start somewhere around here. That way you have to go underwater to get to it. Now this might be a good time to test the drowning theory. Just like lava, do I heal the damage I take from drowning so I'd never drown? Let's see. Not enough. And I can't go back up. Good thing I have nothing important. I can get all this iron back. I guess I could do this. Oh no, I can't do that. Because all the way I'm back to my quarry. So yeah, I have a couple hundred iron, so that was not really a big loss. And I have a whole bunch of netherrock as well. Somewhere. So it's a quick way back to the quarry. Now there's also one more mine system that I'd like to show you before we leave. I believe it was on this level. During our strip mining, see, we stopped here. We built these notifications that you mine here. And then we stopped about right here. And we found a giant cave here. We spent about a good 2 days on this cave. And this was all lava. I filled it up with water to make obsidian. And I mined a lot of it. That's where I got all my obsidian from. And this is where we got lost a couple times, even though I created a whole bunch of signs. It's still, we found another giant area that we had to explore, and I ran out of signs. So I had to go back and make more signs, but even with the massive amount of signs, I didn't want to say 2 base, 2 blocks, 2 base, 2 blocks, 2 base. So it's kind of guess and check in some of these areas. With monsters off, it makes exploring caves a lot more easier. I'm going in here with no pickaxes, no shield, or no armor, no swords, nothing, and I don't have anything to fear except for falling and lava. I find these pretty useless. Maybe when I start decorating, I'll use that. Alright, so that's my system. My cave system, my quarry, my outposts. I didn't start the other 2 outposts from the nether, so I won't show you those. But this took a whole lot of time to make. If you've ever thought about making a quarry, just buy an audiobook or listen to some music and just spend days working on this. And that was with somebody else too, so it went by quicker than somebody who would do it by themselves, I bet. Now, if you don't care about cobblestone, I'm sure you can get a whole bunch of TNT, assuming you have a whole bunch of gunpowder, and maybe that will work better. We have 43 gunpowder. Whole bunch of wood. And again, we've had these chests. Sorry about that. The phone was ringing. Okay. Back to the game. We had a whole bunch of creepers just spawn in here and completely blow up our chests. So we had to build doors. Even though we had these pretty much very good lighting in here, they would still spawn. We've also been getting slimes. And that's not fun when you're working on a mining system, strip mining, when you come across a whole bunch of lava and it just falls on you. Especially when you have monsters turn on and when you don't heal. That can be a problem. Especially when you're mining here and you find a whole bunch of diamond, and then you mine and then there's a whole bunch of lava come down at you. You have to be sure not to touch it, otherwise you lose that diamond. I just like to burn. Alright, so anyway, just let me know if you want to see anything, how to create some stuff, or just want me to continue. Maybe I can make videos as I'm building and go from there. So I hope you enjoyed this. It was a little bit different from my tutorials. So I wanted to give it a try. I'm also going to do a podcast with my friend on World of Warcraft. We're not sure what it's going to be about. Probably instances and that kind of thing. Tips, tricks, stuff like that. For me personally, I'll just continue this Minecraft one. And don't worry, I'll still continue the tutorials. I've been doing good on a weekly basis now that school's out, and this will be something to do during the week when I'm bored. So, hope to see you next time.